What's good with y'all boys, man? Real Game Official, man. And we back with another lit banger. You see what I'm saying, man? We got 1 hour of MJ stories told by NBA players, man. As y'all know, man, we've been going on this rabbit hole, man, with these Bron and MJ videos, man. And it's always, bro, like exciting and fun. And most importantly, like you get more knowledge, man. Like just listening to these MJ stories, man. Get to know about the late '80s, the mid '80s, and the '90s, how the NBA was back then, and just how good Jordan was all overall. Like as a competitor, defender, like just overall the mentality, holding people accountable, man. That's the greatest to do it, man. When it comes to this basketball stuff, man. So we're gonna acknowledge Jordan and give him his flowers before the video, man. But without further ado, man, we got part one. Shout out to Dig. I don't even know how to pronounce that. D Gags for the video. So we got part one right here, and then part two next. So we finna just get into this video.
It's hard to beat solo mission with stats.
The takeoff spin on me so quick, man. I should be standing there. I'd be like, oh shit, where is he at? That mother be boom. I'd be like, oh Lord.
In the last 2 minutes of the game, a young kid named Michael Jordan took over.
And say, hey, this is how I got my name, Michael M.
You stepped on that court with MJ. Did he have a glow?
I swear to God, he had the orange joint. Hey, listen, I'm not even laughing.
No, look,
at
so
this.
look, I had a
hold on,
chance.
you ever look into the sun? I want to don't do this, but look into the sun, and if you look into the sun and look back at something, you're gonna see like a green, right? Man, listen, and you know, and from North Carolina, to
You
hear
look at
that,
Jordan, you gonna
to
see
hear
an
that,
orange?
Lord, listen, I'm in Chicago, I hear it. The nigga walk out here, I swear to God, it seems like everything is stopped. This nigga is moving like in slow motion. Every motherfucker in here looking at him, and he know it.
Right.
Never seen a nigga on the stage like bro, you know.
Who was the biggest shit talker during your era?
Oh, no question, MJ. No question. No question, MJ. This goes back to the Space Jam runs. I never said anything to MJ. You know, he respected people that didn't back down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there were days where it was a little thin in there in the runs at Space Jam. Guys were going back to their teams or whatever, and then us LA guys were still stuck there. And then all of a sudden the MJ's in, everybody just, all right, I got him. I'll guard him. Cause what? You're just gonna get your ass kicked, that's all. Right. You know, you're gonna learn something. What they saying, ass whoopings builds character, right? It builds character and you learn.
It builds something.
You learn, right? You learn from losing. You learn from getting your butt kicked. You don't learn from winning all the time.
Right.
So I learned a lot.
Facts. It's just other players didn't really learn from losing, bro. You take a dog to just take their L's and make them become like great and better at what they do. Just cause, bro, they know how it felt to lose and they don't want to keep losing. You take a different type of animal, man, when you're back against that wall. It's that adversity, man. That's what it is, man.
From MJ in those Space Jam runs, just how hard he goes, his dedication to the game, what he's doing. Like, we was with him all summer. This dude worked hard.
Yeah.
I see where Kobe get it from.
Yeah.
Kobe was picking his brains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's his little brother. He passed that down to him. Like, these dudes are great for a reason. They outwork you and they got talent.
There you go.
What was it like for you having to guard MJ? Like, what were you thinking about the night
shit.
before? What was going through your head when you saw MJ coming up on the schedule?
Oh my goodness, man. You look at that shit when they bring out the schedule in the summertime, when they put them goddamn schedules out, you look and you put that damn mark on Chicago. And you just, the night before, as you ask me shit, man, that shit be rough. I mean,
He ain't
Man,
smiling. Y'all see that? He not smiling. He not talking to the teammates. He not with all that friendly stuff. You see what I'm saying, man? He wanted to compete and win. He looked possessed sitting down, bro. Come on, I'm just trying to like show y'all the differences, man. We trying to point them out while we watching a little bit.
this shit, what you got to do tomorrow, and you don't want to get embarrassed, and you know this motherfucker don't know how to stop coming at you. He gonna just like you just keep coming and coming and keep that damn
Pause.
foot on your throat, man, and he just keep coming, and man, you just,
Pause.
I mean, you just have to do some shit that to him, try to do some shit to him that nobody else ever did to try to get him off his square. But shit, you know, you can't touch him, you can't do nothing to him, man. So, and man, I just tried to do a shit that nobody else would do to him, but Mike is Mike, man.
I want to watch The Air again, man. I want to watch The Air movie again. Watching these highlights, man.
Best player ever, man, I ever played, because I never thought I'd see nothing like that, man. I used to see the bottom of that motherfucking tennis shoes, man. When that motherfucker take off, spin on me so quick, man, I should be standing there, I'd be like, oh shit, where is he at? That motherfucker be, boom, I'd be like, oh Lord, I just try to run back my head there, because everybody like, oh shit, and he'd come behind you, you know, Michael, he's some like funny style shit. He gonna run up behind you, hit you on your ass like that. Man, don't put your hands on me. You on a different jersey, man. You don't touch
a different jersey.
That's what he do to you, man.
He should have had the. He should have had. Jordan should have had the. He should have had that.
I mean,
Do you remember Anthony Peeler?
Yes.
Okay, so
Out
we
of
got
Missouri, right?
Out of Missouri.
Yeah.
So
This
we got
background
Chicago Bulls
instrumental
back in
is
town,
going
and
crazy.
unfortunately, I got a sprained ankle. You know, and so.
Did you say fortunately you
unfortunately,
do? Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. I enjoy guarding Mike because he was, you know, the one thing I did with Mike is I never got him pissed off. You know, he make a shot, you say, good shot, Mike. You know, you don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You know, you try to kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
You don't try to talk trash to him. So they're getting off the bus. We're done with shoot around and we're walking out and MJ says, B. Scott, what's going on? I said, what's up, MJ? He said, man, I hear that you're not playing tonight. I said, no, I sprained my ankle. He said, who's guarding me? I said, Anthony Peeler. He said, oh, 50. So I come to the arena and I said, Anthony, let me just give you some advice on playing MJ. I said, first of all, don't be all physical like you always trying to be and rough with a guy because he gonna take that shit personal. I said, give him space, make him shoot jump shots all night and challenge it. I said, and if they go in, you know, that's the bottom line. But if you get up on him, now he getting to the bucket, he getting to the free throw line. I said, he already said he getting 50. Yeah, I got him, B. I said, oh, okay. So every time MJ scored, he looked over at the bench at me, because I was just sitting there like this. Right, he had 54. And missed the wide open dunk. You know, had a breakaway dunk.
Bam, hit the back. That was when they went all the way back to half court. Yeah, I remember that game.
54. And he did it like it wasn't nothing. Looked at me every time I said.
Nasty.
The dude was a man playing against boys, damn near. I mean, he was one of those guys, you know, I didn't fear anybody, but when I played against him, I said, I ain't pissing him off. You know what I mean, Jay?
That's how I was with Kobe.
Yeah, that's the only guy I would look at and say, I ain't gonna piss him off. He hit a shot, it'd be a good shot. Good shot, MJ. I said, I ain't pissing him off, because I've seen him go for 40, 50 like it ain't nothing, because the guys, you know, being aggressive or trying to be overly physical with him. I said, I ain't pissing him off. Everybody else, I don't give a shit. But him, Black Jesus, I ain't messing with him like that.
So how was he guarding Michael Jordan? I said, well, the way I guarded Michael is I'm gonna play back, I'm gonna make him shoot jump shots. I said, but the other thing is every time he hit a shot, I was like, man, good shot, MJ. That's a hell of a shot, dog. I'm right there. I said, if you kill him with kindness, I said, but if you talk shit,
oh yeah,
just one little word, you might have, man, that's all he need.
That's the end of your night.
That's it. So I would be like, hey, only guy ever that I guarded that I would be like, hey, MJ, that was a good shot, dog. You know, I complimented him the whole night every time he made him shot. Even when he missed it, I'd be like, oh, damn, dog, that was right there. You know, I say, because the one thing I ain't gonna do is piss him off.
No.
I said, because he'll get 60.
Man, you got a really good haircut. Yeah. Did they use a straight edge, or was that a clipper? You bring your guy with you?
I didn't piss him off.
And we're playing this exhibition game, and Michael's going through the motion. And Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water? You're out here killing him, Reg. This is in the first half. He's like, you should be talking to him. He's like, you know, you're right, Michael. Who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan? That's right. There's a new kid on town, right? Kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points, right? I'm doing all this talking. He's like, okay. Into the game in the second half,
all right,
he ended up with 44, and I ended up with 12. So he outscored me.
Then locked him
too.
up.
And as he's walking off, he's like, be sure and be careful. You never talk to Black Jesus like that. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Black Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Did you ever do it again?
Never to Michael Jordan. Never to Michael.
Well, first of all, I wear the number because of Mike. I think I fell in love with the game because of Mike, just seeing what he was able to accomplish. But I felt like Mike was so, when you're growing up and you see him, Mike.
I respect it when you gave him his credit, man. You gave him his credit, and back when you gave Kobe his credit, man. If y'all go back in the past couple videos, man, when he gave credit, I gave him his respect. But when you said you was the GOAT, and then when you was like, you won, I think you won 1 or 2 with Miami, you was like, that stank. When you start doing all of that, and then this year, when you throw a shots at Jordan, bro, I don't know. It just made you look lame. It just made you look like you not a stand-up guy for that, bro. Come on, bro. You can't sit here and do all of that and say you the GOAT and then throw shots at Jordan, and then it's clips. The thing about the internet, whatever you said on TV, it's gonna be on the internet, man. Regardless. So you can't never back on no comments you made. It's always gonna be a video to expose you if you said something. That's why you gotta be the same individual your whole life, man, or you gonna get exposed. You wanted to wear the Jordan because you wanted to wear the number because of Jordan. Jordan inspired you. But you want to say now that you passed him. That don't add up, man. That don't add up, man. You got 7 losses in the finals, man. It ain't nothing wrong with your confidence. It ain't nothing wrong with thinking you the best ever. Don't get me wrong, y'all. But when you just saying it, bro, keep that to yourself. Like if you would have kept it to itself, bro, that's cool. You're supposed to think you the best. The fact you say it is disrespectful to the game, man. That's why the legends don't like it. I know Jordan don't really like it either. That's my only problem about it, for real. About you saying it in public. You can feel how you want to feel about yourself. Everything is opinionated. You see what I'm saying? It's just a simple fact on how you went about it. That's all.
Michael Jordan, it's almost like a god. So I didn't never believe I could be Mike. So I started to focus myself on other players and other people around my neighborhood because I never thought that you could get to a point where Mike was. So I think that helped shape my game. And I think the biggest thing for me sitting here today after breaking the all-time scoring record in playoff history is that I did it just being me. I did pretty much everything that MJ did when I was a kid. I shot fadeaways before I should have. I wore a leg sleeve on my leg and folded it down so you saw the red part.
For no reason.
I wore black and red shoes with white socks. I wore short shorts so you could see my undershorts underneath. I didn't go bald like Mike, but I'm getting there. But I'm getting there. But it'd be post-career though. That's the only thing I didn't do. But other than that, I did everything Mike did. I even wore a wristband on my forearm. So I didn't do the hoop ring either. That was Mike. But I did everything Mike did, man. I wanted to be Mike. And so for my name to come up in any discussion with Michael Jordan or Kareem and all these great guys that has paved the way for myself and Tristan and Kev and Schlish, it's just a wow factor. I don't really have nothing to say.
I'm gonna tell you how bad he is and how great he is. He still almost blocked it.
Right.
He still almost blocked it, and I got him good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man,
this bro
in the
AI.
aftermath of it, because I didn't know what I was. I knew that I was telling all my friends and my family that if I ever got a chance, if he ever guarded me, that I was gonna try my move on the greatest player to ever play. So I knew I was gonna do it. When he got on me, that's why I backed up.
Yeah.
I said, oh, here we go. I didn't get nervous. And I was, like you said, just young, you know what I mean, and just confident. So my heart won't thumping or nothing like that. I won't, You know what I mean? I did it like I would do it any other time. You know, I done caught millions of people with it. You know what I mean? And I got him, but I've gotten people way worse than him, but it's him.
It's him.
You know what I mean? So that's the big deal. It was just, it was, I don't know, man. That night I was like, damn, you know. But we had lost, so it was bittersweet.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to a Charlotte game when he was, you know, doing his thing in Charlotte. And I went to a game. He took me up in the suite or whatever. And, you know, I remember just everybody. I had my homeboys with him, and I was just praising him. And my man pulled me aside. He was like, Chuck, man, stop that shit, man. Like, man, you a superstar too, man. Don't do that. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I just can't help it. I love this dude. I was like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, you don't love me because you wouldn't have crossed me up like that. You know what I'm saying?
What's it like playing against Michael Jordan?
It was cool. It was
You're one of the few guys that can say that, by the way.
It was actually cool, man, because it gave us the opportunity to work harder because we knew these guys was coming, and once we start playing them and once we got to play with these guys, but it's like it's hard to keep that guy under 30 points. It was hard, man. He was that good, man.
You guys had what they called the Jordan rules.
We came up with that saying with Jordan because this is what Chuck was saying. If Michael goes to the basket, put his ass on the ground. And I put his ass, because you know, once he get up there, you know, you gotta hit him. You gotta hit him. I mean, every time he went to the basket, we hit him and stuff like that. So, but and I say I got a lot of credit, man. I mean, like these players today, man, they don't really respect how tough it was to play in that era. You know how tough it is when you have to go to the basket, get your teeth knocked out, go to the basket, get your head knocked off, and then go to the basket and be on the ground and stuff like that, and all of a sudden nobody wants to pick you up. They don't understand that stuff, how he played. And guess what, though? That's why I call Michael the greatest basketball player ever, because he got his ass handed to him a lot. Because we hit him, man.
So
and,
Jordan was tough.
Jordan even said, he said, I had to get back in the weight room. I had to go to the weight room because of Detroit.
The aura of MJ at that time, your rookie year, he's coming off a championship. Matter of fact, he's coming off 2 championships, sorry. He's coming off the Dream Team. He's at the peak of MJ. What is it like just being on the floor with him, man?
I don't know what God looks like. It's like seeing God.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, I went to a couple NBA games when I was a youngster, wasn't really impressed. San Antonio watching David Robinson. David Robinson impressed me a little bit, but the stuff that he did on TV, and then you see it in real life, it's like, oh my God, it's really real. Like, he came at me like one of the first players of the game, and in my mind, I was like, I'm not getting dunked on. So I tried to meet him early. Slid by me, I bumped him, and he still did that. And he laid it up off and the crowd went crazy. I was like this guy is real. But it also gave me confidence because he was killing us. He was killing Nick and those guys, but he came up for screen one time and he shot it. I didn't block it, but I was there. I was like, if I can get up early and, you know, maybe, you know, jump a little higher, go a little harder, maybe I can get it. So, you know, in order to be the best, you have to beat the best.
I disagree. A dub. Beating Michael Jordan by a dub. I don't know, man. That man, like you're talking. You're talking about a guy who thrived. Like, he was single-handedly beating the Dream Team opponents when he got mad. You know, you heard the Dream Team story when they played against the college kids, and the college kids came in and they won the first one because they set Michael Jordan, and they said we're sitting Michael Jordan on purpose, you know. And then when they put him in, they beat him by like 30, 40.
Yeah.
You know, he's the different breed. He's a different mindset. With those two teams, you got a defensive-minded team versus an offensively-minded team. Even though both teams can do the opposite, Golden State can play defense, but it's one of those things, who stops Michael? See, they have players that can contain you. They might not stop Steph. I mean, they might not stop Kevin Durant and Steph, but they have bodies that will give them a run for their money.
Well, I mean, they stopped LeBron.
Huh?
They stopped LeBron.
Who?
The Warriors.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's different. It's just different type of. That's just a different type of motor.
So you're saying that Jordan's more clutch than LeBron?
He's more explosive off the 1-2 step. So, you know, LeBron is like a train. Once he gets to moving, like when you see him jot, it's those, after he gets his first 2 steps, then it's like, whew, all right, freight train. You know, with Jordan, his first 2 steps were just cat-like. So when you have him in the half court and he decides to do this and go, it's too late. So I don't see you containing Michael, period.
In the last 2 minutes of the game, a young kid named Michael Jordan took over by himself. Freshman.
He's a young kid named Michael
I
Jordan.
I was like, who is this kid right here, man? And so I knew he was gonna be a great pro. I didn't know he gonna be that good of a pro. But that kind of set the tone for me in my thoughts of what I saw. And like I said, if you haven't played against Mike, you have no clue. You have no clue how good he is.
I think it was because the game I had previously. So we are in Chicago. Michael walks into our locker room in suit and tie, and I'm like, what this son of a gun coming to our locker room for? I'm thinking he going to training room or something. And he walks by me, he walks by Kevin Willis, he get to Randy with me, he taps him on his leg, he said, lace him up, it's gonna be a long night. And I'm shocked, you know, I didn't know what to say. So he's walking out, and like again, I didn't know what to say, and I just yelled something. I said, well, you tell that son of a Scottie Pippen, I'm gonna kick his ass. You know, I didn't know what to say. You know, he had 60 that night.
Right. He actually dropped 61 points that night. I looked it up.
60. Well, anyway, it was over 60 when he got that night. But man, and I think we ended up winning that game, I believe. Anyway, he had 60 that night, but it was a heck of a game. Oh, he competes at everything. I don't care what it is. I mean, it could be on the golf course, anywhere. You know, drinking a glass of water, it don't matter. Who could drink it the fastest? He's gonna bet on it. He's so competitive that way. But that's what makes him so great, because his willingness to not accept losing. And there's only very few in this game to ever do that.
Yeah, MJ, when it was me, Dennis, and James Edwards, Ron Harper on that team. And, you know, Ron Harper used to give Michael the numbers. Well, then people
When he was
don't
healthy?
know that. When he was healthy, he was.
Harp was a problem.
He was.
He used to talk about it in the Laker locker room all the time.
He was a problem when he was healthy.
He was. And MJ, we were in a practice, and Phil said, tell him to go home, and he didn't know why, and he waited. And he was like, all right, we're playing for minutes, scrimmage for minutes. And MJ came in, nah, you ain't putting me out. And he had on regular tennis shoes. They looked like Vans, but they were Nike. And he had his sweats cut and rolled at the bottom. You know, he thought he was fly. He wasn't. But, you know, you don't say nothing to the Messiah. And he was like, yeah, put all the Pistons on that team, Wood Harp, and put Randy Brown over there. And Harp was pissed because Black Randy Brown was, and we're playing. And all of a sudden, I'm running back, and MJ gets a steal. And I go, and he's about to do the right-hand jump. I said, oh, I know exactly what dunk you're going to try. I'm getting this. I don't care. And I drop step and turn around about to jump. And as I'm about to jump, his midsection is moving past my face. And you know, you try to bring yourself down. He was like, block this, bitch. Boom. And I'm like, I take the ball out, boom. I'm staying in the hotel behind the facility. So I would jump the fence. And I go home, I call my mother. She's like, how is it? I said, Ma, I just saw the greatest player of all time. She said, it took you that long to admit it. I go, yeah, it took me this long to admit it. But I just saw him play in tennis shoes, no tape, no knee brace, no wristband, sweatpants on, t-shirt, and a practice jersey, and thought he was in the finals against us. Like, he literally thought he was reliving the 80s. And I was like, yeah, this dude is on next level.
I don't know. I have very long fingers. I can sense a good shot and a bad shot. If it comes off these 3 fingers, I feel good about the shot. If it comes off these 2, then my mechanics got screwed up somewhere.
Part 2, y'all. Let's get it.
Man, I'll never forget my first time. I talked about it in my Hall of Fame speech. And I wasn't lying at all, man. He didn't look real to me.
You know, you want to be fast like Isaiah, and you want to shoot like Bird, you know, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. But man, I wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean?
About when you and Garnett served Michael Jordan, though.
Oh, okay. Barnix, okay. I see him. Your man prepped
something
him.
happened
Your man
here.
prepped him.
I wanna
Okay.
hear about
So
that.
you and KG served Mike?
I would get my 20s, 24s, 25s, 29 on Mike. Mike don't get his 30, 32, 35. You make him add 40. He never got 40 on me, but he did get 35.
Yeah.
Money. You know, I try to keep him down to 25, 26, his average. Anything over that,
okay.
You know, right? So what happened was, we're in Chicago, and I had played against Mike 3 times head up. So KG had never seen me play against Mike.
Yeah.
So we're in the game, and I got about 24 going into the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Mike got about 18, 19.
Okay.
So I'm quiet. I always stay quiet when I play Mike. I didn't talk too much. I mean, if he talked to me, I was going to talk back, but he never talked crazy to me. We just played. But I never talked crazy to him at all, right?
Yeah, you knew better.
So we come out of the 4th quarter, KG's like, man, keep going at his ass.
Just, I'm on, y'all. I can't even explain it. I was just like, yo, keep killing that nigga, yo. Killing that nigga. Boning him, yo, straight up. You have a good game, Joe. Keep going. But it was on some, like, just fly by. Like, he was like, yeah, you too. So as I'm walking off,
I was quiet. I'm looking at him like, chill. Because Mike was literally right there.
And
Him
KG
Scotty.
was hype. Like
and
KG
he's super hype.
Yes.
You know,
loud.
I'm super hype, so we vibe, right? But I'm like, chill. He's like, man, he looked at me like, man, he can't guard you. Keep going at him. I'm like, man, chill. He's like, what? I was like, he's standing right here, buddy. and KG was like,
What y'all think, Bron? I ain't even trying to make it about Bron right now, but what y'all think he doing if another the opposite team, they doing the same thing, they talking crazy the same way? What y'all think he doing? I just want to know, man. Let me know in the comment section right now. Moment of silence. See y'all comment. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it after the video. I just wanted to know that though, real quick.
I don't care. Keep going at him.
Wow,
Too strong for this dude, man. Too strong for him. I was like, wow. So Mike looked at me, looked at KG, looked at me, looked at KG. I was like, Mike, he don't know the rules of the game, man. He's just a young puppy. You know what I mean?
so I hear JR go, yo, all right, yo, fella, keep going, yeah, you too. So he's trying to get me off and over. I don't even, you know, now that I recall it, he was trying to kind of just get off and over. So he go, so I double back, go, and get ready to say something. So he go, hey, look, Mike, he don't really know how I see him and Mike having a conversation. So he's like, he don't really know he excited. What else? So now MJ on the back leg joint, you know.
Oh, leaning on you.
Like,
Is that right?
Okay, yeah. Huh? Nigga right here. Mike can hear me. But I don't really give a fuck. So I'm like, so I double back like, yeah, man, keep killing that nigga, yo. You killing that motherfucker. So as I say that, I feel it. Hands on hips, legs locked. Then look, the nigga stabbed me for about 15 seconds. You feel that? So I start to feel it. There's 2 ways you can go in this. I can walk this off out like I don't even feel it and play it off and dummy out. Fuck that. Now I'm in here, I got so I'm on.
Okay, he talking? You know what I mean? I said, man, he don't know the rules of the game. Yeah. And Mike looked at him again like, okay. Looked at me like, okay. I said, what you looking at me like that for, right? went to the fourth quarter, man. That man got about 17 quick. Mad, looking at KG, looking at me, looking at KG.
Motivate him.
I said, look, I gotta guard that man, not you. You know what I mean? Mind you, KG was having a great game on Scotty. We both, KG had about 30, I had about 28.
Yeah.
We was getting it.
It's amazing.
But KG didn't understand that we don't talk to Mike like that.
I can't even really describe the next 6 to 7 minutes of play, yo.
If he got people not trying to talk crazy, that should say enough about it, man. Who really having aura like that? Like I could say Kobe. Don't make him mad. Kobe, MJ, Bird. I could say Bird too. It's not a lot of players, man, that's gonna be spooked to the point where they talking nice to you. They not even finna, play all tough with you, man. That should say a lot about the GOAT debate. Watching this right now, that should end it. Not end it, but just, it shouldn't be a debate after just hearing that alone.
7 minutes to play, y'all. We get 2, not 1, 2 10-second calls. When you bring the ball up, you got to get across half court. 2 10-second calls. We down 25 now. It was just at 2. Mike had 18. He had 40 now. JR, myself, we ain't scored in about 4 minutes. And I subbed 3 of the starters. It's just finally flipped. It got bad quick, y'all. I come to the joint. And they know this. When you come and you've been on the run, when you not got back on the floor, got back, had to rebound, and you feel like you on defense all the time, you come to the bench like this. So I was like, JR, man, my bad, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He was like, it's cool, man. I told you, just shut your ass up, man. You're not fun. So you got in between the Gatorade there where you damn, and next thing you know, we over there like this. And Mike came down, okay, young fella, okay, damn, young fella, damn, y'all done? Damn, young fella. Never talk shit to Mike ever again in life.
That's what I tell people. The very first time I met him, his first wife, Juanita, back in Atlanta, the Super Bowl, and I'm looking at him, and he probably looking at me like, this dude weird. I know who he is. And I'm looking at him. He's like, man, this dude a weirdo. I said,
you ain't say nothing?
I did. I said, hey, I'm Shannon Sharp. He said, I know who you are. He said, I met your mom in the casino.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I know you and your brother. Y'all some bad boys.
Yeah.
I'm just.
You was an huh? Yeah. That's motherfucker
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Before the Bron glaze, did we just catch Shannon Sharp? Is he secretly an MJ fan? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know. He could be, man. Because a lot of people under that LeClutch payroll. You see what I'm saying? So let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think he's secretly an MJ fan? Let me know right now. How he just described it, man.
I met Denzel. His son, John David, used to train with my trainer when he
has done more spectacular things than any basketball player I've ever seen. It's some of the stuff he could do. He was the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah.
He was
yes,
playing.
absolutely.
He was the best offensive.
Yeah, so Rasheed Wallace, whatever you was saying, bro, you high. He was high that day off of that little interview because he talking about, he was overrated. NBA gave him that. Come on, this is Jerry West talking, man. It's one of the GOATs, man. It's one of the greatest, Jerry West. Come on now. People always got crazy stuff to say, man. A little bit of people, a little bit of the past players that was great at the game got little stuff to say about MJ.
Right. And his athleticism, he was in Carolina and they were running, I forget, 100 or 40-yard dice. And he ran some spectacular number. And the late Dean Smith, who was a really good friend of mine, and also Roy Williams, who just retired at North Carolina, we were all close. And they were talking about him, I think it was running 100 or something like that. He ran at some spectacular time.
Wow.
And one of the coaches said something to him differently. And he said, oh, I can do better than that.
Wow.
He went out and 0.2 of a second faster.
Wow.
And like vertical jump means a lot, but it means a lot to the ones who have skill.
Right.
Some guys jump quickly, some guys have to wind up.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was like
a cat.
There's a play, there's one play that particular that's really interesting to me. They were playing against the New York Knicks. He caught the ball on the baseline, and he started this way, and he turns around, and he dunks it over in such a little short area. I mean, this area, he was only jumping this way. Some guys need a little bit more room.
Right. Yeah.
He dunked this ball over him. I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I watched him play in college. I watched him play when he was trying out for the Olympic team. And I was there for 3 days when he tried. You just watch him there.
Right.
Terrell, I know you have some unbelievable athletes in the NFL, and to take the battering they take and they have that extra gear, this guy had an extra gear.
I think the greatest player is Michael Jordan. That's what I think. But
I agree.
LeBron is about to do something that hasn't been done in a long time, and I think he will move his name up there. But for me, it's always Dr. J and Michael Jordan, Magic and those guys.
I might get flamed for this, but dude, I'm from Cleveland, so I gotta go with LeBron.
See, that's what I was gonna ask. Do people ever call you like an old head? Like you don't respect the
you from
new
Cleveland?
School? You don't look at LeBron and what he's doing
Ain't got
now.
nothing to do with it.
No, I do look at LeBron, but I also like listening to people's opinions.
Yep, absolutely.
Listen, Jordan was the greatest in my opinion, and he likes LeBron. That's his opinion. But when people look at stats, right? So his stats are definitely going to be up there. And to have passed up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I can truthfully say I'm jealous of that feat, because I wanted to pass up. I was like 1,500 points behind Wilt Chamberlain. I wanted to pass up Wilt Chamberlain because then I was going to arrogantly say I am the most dominant big man ever, and I don't want to hear anybody else's name. So now when you talk about most dominant, you bring Wilt, Bill, and Shaq. It's cool, but I wanted to be up there by myself.
There's just something like subjective about it too. Like it's like you look at the stats, but there's just, I don't know, that feeling MJ used to give you when you would watch him at the top of the key. It's 2, 3, 2.
He's the only.
Sink that shot.
He's the only man that had me terrified on the court. Because I went from high school admiring him, college admiring him, and then he's right there in front of you. And all the shit you see on your poster, like he's doing it in real life. Like he came by me so fast one time, I was like, oh shit. Mike, I was terrified. But once I regained my nerves, I had to get into karate mode. Because in all the karate movies, the teacher must someday beat the master to become the master. And I won a lot of bets when I asked people who's the last guy to beat Michael Jordan in the playoff situation.
That a boy.
Yes, so.
That a boy.
I mean, but he's the greatest.
Hey, Mike, one time we played Michael Shannon, he's like, yeah, after the game, man, I got the Ferrari. I said, oh, I can't wait to see it. He goes, yeah, he just got out his deal with Chevrolet so he can drive the Ferrari now in town. And we beat him, and I'm like, he vroom, vroom. What happened? I ain't hanging out with you. So I always looked at it that I was going to work, and after, I didn't live and die. I didn't live with it that way. But I love Chicago. It was one of my favorite. It was my favorite parts of my career.
Who's the hardest to defend?
Mike and Kobe.
You was in college when Mike was in college. Did you see that? Did you see Michael Jordan, the Mike Jordan in college, becoming the Michael, the MJ, the era, the logo? Did you see him becoming that in the NBA?
No. And I had a guy I grew up with, in Kenny Smith.
Right.
Played on that North Carolina team. We played him in Madison Square Garden. And they talking about Michael Jordan, he's special and he's this. And we played him. I mean, he was very good.
Right.
He was very, very good.
Right.
But if you ask me that I think that guy would wind up being
that guy,
no, and who could?
Right.
But my goodness, he's a different animal. He is an absolute different animal, and a guy
do
that,
look like him.
and you look at on another note, you look at all the greats, whether it be singing, acting, boxing, basketball, football, whatever. I think we sometimes take people like that for granted.
And we don't show them the love that they deserve until they take their last breath, they close their last eye. And we should acknowledge
I'm gonna say this real quick. This ain't got nothing to do with the video, but some sort of it do. It ain't over for Ant, man. I mean, he been losing in the playoffs. He been losing. He be getting so close. So it's not impossible for him to have a career up there. You know, I said Wembley like a couple videos back, but Ant, man, it's not over with. I mean, I don't really like what he had to say after he lost. Like, oh, I don't care. It's I got plenty of time left. I don't like that part, but it's not over for Ant, man, to show. To, you know, try to compete with the Jordan. Y'all might say I sound crazy under the comments, but it's not over because he got that bounce and he got them little flashes of Jordan a little bit. So we just gonna let it play out how it's gonna play out, but don't count out Ant-Man or Wembley.
exactly what he's meant and put us all in position to be successful as basketball players, as human beings, and should be celebrated more.
Walk me through the trash talking episode between you and Michael Jordan. It looked very intense, and I'm about to shut up.
Well, you know what? During the time when I was in the NBA, he was the man. You know what I'm saying? So my mentality was always to take the tougher guy. Even growing up in the streets of Oakland, when I go to neighborhoods, I want to play the best player because I'm going to talk the most trash. So Michael was always a pleasure for me to guard. You know, everybody say, was he the toughest? No, I don't think he was the toughest. He was the funnest for me to guard because what I was trying to do is I was trying to prove to them people that I can D somebody up great as a great scorer and then go back at him because a lot of people are scared of you.
Right.
And when you're scared of somebody, it's never going to work. So when you make somebody understand that you're not scared of them and they're a premier player and you go back at them, it's going to put them on their toes and say, okay, this dude ain't scared.
Right.
He's got offensive skills too, and he go back. And he ran his mouth a lot, like I did.
Right.
And I wasn't backing down, and he wasn't backing down, and that's why it was so fun. It was competitive. And we can say anything to each other during that time. We can talk about anybody's parents, anything, and wouldn't take it personal.
Mike talked to his?
Yeah, he did.
All right. As far as just the overall game of basketball, I know you're not a big NBA fan, but LeBron James, is he the best guy you've ever seen?
No. The best guy that ever played the game is Michael Jordan. Don't even think about anybody else.
Not even close?
Not even close.
Why is that?
Because he was just better than anybody. He was smarter. He was tougher. He won more. Although there are two things about when you talk about players. You talk about the best player and you talk about the most valuable player. Without any thought that the best player was Michael Jordan. The most valuable player was Bill Russell, because nobody in any sport won what Bill Russell did with the Celtics. And the smartest man in basketball ever was Red Auerbach, because he was able to do things that other people would never have thought of. We mentioned three people here, and you asked me about what I got out of basketball. Well, first of all, having Michael play on our Olympic team was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed having the opportunity to work with him on a team. And then the same thing would be true in a lot of other circumstances with coaches or people or whomever. And I feel the same way about Bill Russell, what he did for basketball. And as I said, I got to know Red Auerbach and became very close to Red. So basketball has been very, very big for me in terms of allowing me to do things that I like to do, and what I got out of it, and the people that I met from it are like treasures that you very seldom run across.
What is it about Michael Jordan that stood out to you as different?
I think it's the combination of everything. The unquestioned excellence, the objective greatness, but then the fact that he was so beautiful to watch. Magnetism and presence and star power. Michael Jordan had that to an 11 on a 10 scale. And even though people will mutter forever about Jerry Krause breaking up this team, I think it actually enhances Jordan's mystique and legend because we never saw him lose. The Wizards don't count. That's less than a footnote. He walks away on top. If he had come back, eventually they would have lost at some point, and the last image would have been him walking off the court in defeat. Now the last image is the greatest closing act in the history of American sports, at least the sports that I have followed. Ted Williams hit a home run in his last time at bat, but it wasn't in the World Series, wasn't even on national television. 10,000 people on a dark, dank day at Fenway Park. Everybody saw this. This is still the highest rated game in NBA history. I don't know what more you could ask of somebody.
Well, it's not all good memories, that's for sure. Losing to Michael, especially in '93, was pretty tough to take. I had a rough few nights of sleep after that Paxson shot. But, playing against Michael was also a dream come true. He was the greatest player of all time, in my opinion. And it was a joy playing against him. And even back then, it was something you really wanted to look forward to because you knew you were getting the best every night. He obviously became such a great player, and I played against him in the finals later in the 90s after that 63-point game in '86. I think we played him again in '87 and beat him again with the Celtics team, but he certainly became a better player, and he certainly, had a better team around him. But you could tell in 1986 that he was going to be an unbelievable player, the best player in the league potentially going forward. So I don't think that surprised anybody, but it's just amazing how Michael just became who he was, not just as a player, but an endorser, carrying the league on his back with great players still in the game. Bird still playing and Magic still playing. I mean, everybody was looking toward Michael, and he was the most popular player in the world, most popular person in the world. And it was fun. I got to know Michael off the court and playing golf with him. That was always a blast because, it's always fun playing golf with rich guys who think they're unbeatable.
I had the fortune to play against Michael Jordan in his last All-Star game when he was a Wizard. And Mariah Carey sang and all these different things. She was wearing the Wizard's dress and everything like that. But I got a chance to spend time with Michael Jordan, and we played one-on-one. You know how you're before the layup line and different things like that. And I always knew Michael Jordan was great, but when I chatted with him and he was able to break down my game analytically, Jamal, you like to go left 80% of the time, pull up with the right hand and different things like that. But then he gave me a solution. Go right 2 or 3 times in the game, and then gave me a story. He said, Dr. J and Larry Bird passed up and down to me to play the game within the game. And I said, well, what are you referencing? He was like, well, in the game sometimes, I'm not just going to score, it's how I'm going to score. So Jamal, if you go right 2 or 3 times in the game and you make a pull-up jump shot or right-hand layup or whatever it is, you're balancing out your game, you're keeping the defense off balance. And this man went through every All-Star and chatted about what their strengths and weaknesses off the top of his head. And I sat there and I was like, I thought I knew a lot about basketball, but he's on a different level. From how he looks at it, scouts it, observes it, implements it. And that, I want to say probably 6 or 7 games after the All-Star break, I implemented that, scored 50 on the Memphis Grizzlies, just by turning the other way. And he was like, and when we saw him again playing the Wizards, and I think he had 40 or something, and I had 39. And he was like, damn, I gave you some stuff to think about and you implemented. I was like, yeah, I really appreciate it. But just his insight and knowledge of the game, I see LeBron in that same regard, of being able to pass along information and being a student of it, but also being able to communicate it, and teach it to others, and just not preach it, if that makes sense. So Michael Jordan to me is always going to be one of my favorites.
LeBron era isn't over yet. So let me ask you this. How does he compare to your former teammate, Michael Jordan?
Let's see. That's been a big debate for a while now.
No question.
I'm doing the Dennis Rodman vid too. Matter of fact, we doing a Shaq and Dennis Rodman. I'm gonna just let y'all know. Next, we got Shaq, and then we got Dennis Rodman. Cause Dennis Rodman, man, he was for years like he was speaking facts about his LeBron bag and this and that. It's only right we bring that, man. I got so many bangers for y'all too, man. Like this month, bro. What I've been dropping, man. It been bangers, man. But y'all just don't know what I got planned, man. We finna go up. Cause we gotta bring the truth, man. We gotta bring the truth to this, man. There ain't no hate to LeBron, bro. I still rock with Bron. Like, I would still go to a Bron game, man. I ain't finna just say I ain't. Like, I still rock with Bron, bro. It's just MJ just different, bro. And Kobe was different, bro. And I just wish I could have seen Kobe and MJ play. You see what I'm saying?
I just think that if you look at Michael, the body work he's done over the years, you look at LeBron, the body work he's done over the years. How many years? 17 now, going to 18. Michael is the greatest player ever. You know, Michael's been injured one time. He never asked to sit out. He never asked for anything, but only he asked for respect and money. And people don't realize when Michael Jordan was playing, I think the first 8-9 years, he was barely making $3 million. Compared to these guys making $40 million. Wow. No one even knew that. And then when he asked for like, $30 million for Chicago for the first championship, I mean, that's the fourth championship, he got that. 35 the second year. I guess another 35. I think he wanted 50 in the next year. We were gonna go for 4, but a lot of things went on. But as far as LeBron and Michael, if Michael played in this era, he'll average 50. He averaged 50 points. LeBron's a great talent, no doubt. He's probably one of the top 3 players ever played with Kobe, Magic, Kareem. But Michael's right there. I don't know why you guys discuss the GOAT.
So when you start going off on Michael, does he say anything?
Actually, that game, and I'd forgotten about it. Somebody showed a video of it not long ago because it was like 20 years, I guess, after the fact. And it showed... you couldn't let Michael dunk it. It was sort of a rule. If he dunked it, crowd's going to get into it. His teammates get into it.
Wait, so that was team-wide that everybody knew if Mike goes up, you foul him.
Yeah, you got to foul him. But, preferably before he gets off the ground, not to hurt him. And he made a move baseline, and I was a help defender running through the lane with my back, and I turned and saw him coming. And,
that cut! Do y'all see that cut?
I sort of launched into him just to get him before he got.
We don't really replay on here. Everybody, when we replay, it's Jordan. I'll tell you that. Look at that cut.
And I was a help defender.
His first
running
step
through
was
the
really
lane
like
with my back, and I turned and saw him
killer.
coming.
Oh my god!
And I sort of launched into him
leg,
just to get
man.
him before he got off the ground. And I don't think we had the same agent forever. Michael called me to go to Carolina in 1984.
Oh, he recruited you?
Yeah. So I'd known him forever, but I think he didn't see who got him. He did, and he turned around to say something, and we kind of got nose to nose. There was no anything really said worth anything. I think I said something like, I can't just let you dunk it. And so, but it looked like yeah. And so everybody's like, you were talking so much noise to Jordan. I was like, no, I was not doing that. Michael and Scotty and Dennis and those guys came down to South Beach the night before, and we're like, it's a night off. But as Jimmy Lynam always used to say to us, you let a guy get going in this league, and you got a problem. And I got it going one night, and we got lucky. Played him a few weeks later at home. And again, Michael and I are buddies. We're same agent. Ball goes up, and we're around the jump circle, and bang, right to my chest. Right to my chest. And I went, all right, great. Let's do it. I mean, that's the mindset you have to have. But right then and there, I knew I was not having 39 again. I think I went 4 for 14 for 14 points or something. Yeah.
To this day, until I saw what was the Last Dance, I did not know Nick Anderson said
he wasn't the same.
45 is not 23. Oh, Lord. I would have said, man, y'all, you don't shut the fuck up. What is you doing? You don't get this man no fuel. What is you doing? So when I saw that, I was like, oh, my God. I said, so game
All
2.
that time you never knew
No,
that?
never knew it. Never knew it. Because I was newcomer still.
Yeah.
So game 2, never forget. I say, I was always a Michael Jordan fan. Game 2, he comes out, keeps his top on, got his pants off, shorts on, and then they do the announcement.
Took that shit out, had that 23 on.
They did the announcement. He said, wearing number 45, Michael Jordan. Yeah, the crowd go crazy. You know, we at home, but it sounded like we in Chicago because of him. So he kept his top on. Boy, both teams broke out of the huddles. Coming to the court, that Butler took off that damn thing. I saw 2-3. I said, oh, Lord, we in trouble. Superman's in the building, back cat, whatever you want to call him, Jesus. We in trouble tonight. So they ended up winning game. They won game 2.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I saw that 2-3. I was like, ooh.
Like time about this. Oh, shit.
I don't know. I just know I was excited. I don't know what they were saying.
I'm ready to watch this shit.
Because I was sitting there like, I ain't got to guard him. Like, y'all got to guard him. Good luck.
I'm about to see some shit.
Remember Bernie Mac say, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good luck. Good luck. So they end up beating us.
Yeah.
So the rest of the time, this was the crazy part. Every time he wore that number, they got fined $200,000.
Yeah.
And he was making that every time he played. Anyway, ching ching, that jump man was making that money anyway. He got that. So we beat him in, I think, game 3.
Just off all of the endorsements and stuff.
I'm not for sure, but we ended up winning 4-2 on that court. Man, they played us that was Shaq last time in Orlando. They played us, they swept us. But I never forget this, and you can go back and look at the stat sheet. And they were just, they was fucking with Horace Grant. Horace couldn't do nothing, put his head down and just laugh. It was on the free throw line right in front of us. Jordan, Scotty was talking shit. Boy, Jordan had 2 free throws at the end of the game. He hit the first one and missed the second one on purpose. And we was like, what the fuck you doing, you know?
And left 23 on there. That was legendary.
He left 45 on the scoreboard.
Oh, no, yeah, 45.
But the thing that I always remembered from him, and that he always encouraged me,
23,
and I'm sure
scoring
others,
45. That was
never,
cold. That was
ever
cold.
lose your confidence. He had just an awful game versus the Washington Bullets. And I think he missed like 18, 19 shots in a row. I was just so impressed with his confidence, Jimmy, that he didn't hesitate. When like Jimmy,
the 20th shot came around, he was
and Jimmy, you know how it is. You miss 5 in a row. You like, man, I gotta get to the free throw line. I gotta take a good shot.
Right.
Okay, the confidence that this man had, Jimmy, was beyond. Okay, and you know how it is, Jimmy. You try to maintain whether you had a good game, bad game, whatever. But this particular game, after the game, he wasn't happy at all. And he was, normally he's bubbly, he's playing cards, he's this, whatever. He's being MJ. But this night, he was just sitting in the back. So I thought, hey, let me just go check on this guy. And I just said, hey, man, how you doing? You all right? You good? Just checking on you. He was in the back. Everybody else is, whatever, doing what they do. And he was like, yeah, I'm good. And I remember he told me, he said, whatever that kid did in the first game, I'm going to have that in the first half. The confidence to say that, Jimmy, was like, man, I just watched you miss 19 shots in a row. Like, you can't coach that. You can't duplicate that. Either you have that or not. Yeah. It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to go out there every night and do it, because you're playing against the very best players in the world. I was so impressed with the 20th shot when he finally made a shot, because I remember what he said. He was like, okay, B, I'm good now. I'm looking around like this, like, what game did he say? Like, man, you just missed the last 19 shots. And he was like, okay, I got it now.
Y'all, that's the end of the video, man. It was a banger, man. Anytime we got it something more than like 30 minutes, man, on MJ, man, it'd be a banger, man. Whew. I need another one of these, man. Hey, what y'all think, man, in the comment section down below, man? I feel like for all these stories put together, man, come on, bro. I don't feel like nobody really gonna pass that, man. Like I said, like I'm gonna say, like I said earlier, Ant-Man got a chance and Wembley got a chance, man. But other than that, man, it's not gonna be close. Y'all, some of y'all saying Shea, but I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know if Shea and them gonna go back this year because the Mavericks got better and Kyrie coming back. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Luka done got skinny, so it's gonna be a little bit different this year, man. But I don't honestly, man. I don't think it's gonna be hard, man, for somebody to pass that. You got to go 7-0 to be better. If you go 6-0 and tie, it's gonna be an argument. But you got to go 7-0. You got to have 6 MVPs regular season. You got to win some gold medal. You got to do a lot. Lead the league in scoring. You got to do everything. Defense, offense. It's gonna be hard to pass that boy, man. He was a bad mob. You see what I'm saying? But man, to the next video, man. I'm gonna bring that Dennis Rodman vid, that Shaq vid, and some more vids, man. Just to give y'all like a little sneak peek of what to expect next. But y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay logged in, man. Make sure y'all comment and like and subscribe and stuff too. If I post this video, we probably done hit 12K already. So appreciate y'all for that. Let's hit 50K, then 100. But that's the end of the video though. I'm out.